basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The Warriors made good signings at the trade deadline, but a lot can still happen and surprises between player exchanges. Warriors want to sign another good player. The Golden State Warriors have stocked up on wings this offseason, but they could use another. Among the few options left on the free agent market, one possible wing they could add is Lamar Stevens. Bleacher Report's Andy Bailey explained why the Warriors could look into adding Stevens. The Golden State Warriors are a team that could add him as an end-of-bench wing, especially if they have to trade a few 2s and 3s in a deal for a second option such as Lauri Markkanen, Bailey wrote in a July 11th story. Bailey also explained Stevens' value as a wing and how he helps on defense. Lamar Stevens is 6 feet 6 inches, plenty switchable on the less glamorous end of the floor, and has had above-average marks in defensive estimated plus-minus in each of the last 2 seasons. If he figures out how to be even an average outside shooter, he could be a solid rotation player. Stevens split time with the Boston Celtics and Memphis Grizzlies during the 2023-24 season. When the Celtics traded him to the Grizzlies, Stevens put up the best numbers of his career, averaging 11.5 points, 5.1 rebounds, 0.9 steals, and 0.9 blocks. Stevens does not boast much floor spacing, as he is a career 28.6% shooter from distance. However, his stout defense and improved scoring could prove himself useful for the Warriors. Bailey ranked Stevens as the 25th best free agent left on the market. Hoops Hype's Frank Urbina and Raul Barrington do not think so highly of him. In a July 11th story, they ranked Stevens as the 65th best free agent left. They explained both his appeal and what he needs to improve on. Solid slasher at power forward with good athleticism. Needs to continue developing that outside shot, though. Though Stevens had his best numbers in his half-season with the Grizzlies, the fact that he's still available is telling of how weak his market is. The sample size was pretty small, but it is impressive enough that a team like the Warriors could take a flyer on him. Adding a wing who couldn't shoot and could barely stay in the NBA is a story all too familiar for the Warriors. In 2021, they added Gary Payton II to their team, which eventually won the 2022 NBA title. Payton never improved his floor spacing, but his defense proved himself valuable enough to be in their rotation and get a nice pay raise the following offseason. The Warriors managed to make it work, and they won their 6th title as a franchise. He worked out so well that the Warriors jumped at the chance to bring him back less than half a season later. One could argue adding Stevens when they have Payton may seem redundant. However, if they add Stevens, believing he brings a similar skill set, that could potentially help the Warriors use Payton's contract in a trade. Payton will make $9.1 million for the 2024-25 season. Since the Warriors are on the lookout for another star, adding Stevens could make a trade work by matching the salaries.